You've spent significant time turning your backyard into an oasis. But when hurricane season approaches and wind picks up, that exposed patio becomes a vulnerability. You want to add a hurricane-proof screen enclosure, but a major question stops you. Does protecting this space mean bringing in jackhammers and destroying the patio you already built? Adding an enclosure is a heavy structural addition. It demands absolute precision to ensure the new framing actually protects your existing investment rather than ruining it. The Florida Building Code does allow contractors to build a new enclosure directly on an existing pool deck. However, the concrete has to meet two strict mathematical conditions to resist extreme weather. First, the existing concrete slab must measure a minimum of 3.5 inches deep. Second, it must handle extreme force. The aluminum columns transmit downward and uplift pressure of up to 750 pounds per column into the concrete. If your deck is too thin, or if that weight is too much for the soil underneath, contractors cannot safely bolt a heavy metal frame to it. Responsible construction means proving the deck's capacity with hard data before any tools are picked up. It eliminates the need for the brute force approach of tearing out a perfectly good patio just to be safe. To prove that capacity, structural analysts start with non-destructive testing. They map the hidden environment inside your concrete before anyone makes a single cut. This radar sweep reveals exactly what's inside the slab. High-frequency ground-penetrating radar locates existing steel rebar and highly critical post-tension cables, ensuring we don't accidentally sever the steel that holds your patio together. Next, they use a rebound hammer on the surface to estimate the concrete's density, ensuring it meets the mandatory 3,000 psi compressive strength required to hold high-capacity anchors. If the existing slab doesn't pass those tests, we don't demolish the whole yard. Instead, workers use track saws to cut a precise 12 to 18-inch block out, strictly where the new structural column will set. Inside that small cutout, crews dig down up to 2 feet. They compact the soil and install a heavy polyethylene vapor barrier to stop subterranean moisture from migrating upward and weakening the foundation over time. This surgical blockout creates an isolated, ultra-strong concrete footer for the new structure, while leaving the rest of your original pool deck completely untouched. Now, the old slab and the newly poured footer have to be connected so they move as one solid mass when hit by extreme cyclonic winds. Crews drill directly into the exposed edge of the old slab, injecting a heavy-duty structural epoxy to glue steel dowels between the old concrete and the new pour. When it's time to bolt the aluminum frame down, older mechanical concrete screws can easily crack the fragile edges of an aging deck as they expand. Here you can see how advanced chemical anchors work. As the anchor is inserted, a 2-part resin expands outward, bonding along the entire depth of the hole. This allows the anchors to be placed safely and securely, much closer to the edge of the deck. But there is an invisible, long-term threat: galvanic corrosion. In Florida's salt air, steel fasteners will literally eat away at aluminum framing if the two metals touch. To prevent this, engineers pair stainless steel anchors with dielectric isolation sleeves. These sleeves act as a physical barrier, entirely blocking the incompatible metals from interacting. These hidden chemical bonds and anti-corrosion barriers separate a permanent, hurricane-ready structural addition from a cheap, temporary fix. All of this engineering is mandated by the newly updated ASCE 7-22 Wind Code, which has increased the uplift requirements for solid structures by over 25% in some areas. When structures fail to meet these stringent wind load requirements during a storm, the consequences for the homeowner are catastrophic. Today, legally compliant enclosures must prove they can survive intense, simulated cyclic wind pressure and high-speed flying missile impact tests. To enforce this, Florida requires bureaucratic safeguards. A licensed state engineer must personally seal your foundation and framing plans before a permit is ever issued. Florida law also requires a notice of commencement for jobs over $2,500. This document protects you from the liability of paying for a job twice if the contractor fails to pay their material suppliers. Navigating these high-stakes environmental codes and complex property laws requires a highly specialized engineering partner.
Screen Factory Florida specializes in executing these non-destructive, highly engineered retrofits directly onto existing pool decks. Their 4.8 Google rating reflects a consistent track record of earning homeowner trust through precision work and reliable communication. They deliver a hurricane-ready, fully code-compliant enclosure, sparing you the chaos, noise, and massive expense of tearing out an entire patio. You can take the risk-free first step today by securing a free measurement and 3D design consultation before any physical construction or demolition begins. Protecting your backyard oasis shouldn't require destroying it. All it takes is the right precision engineering.